Hi friends, my name is Kendra and thank you so much for joining me again. Today we have yoga for post-run. So if you just went on a run or maybe you've been exercising a lot, then this is a cool down stretch that will help open up the body so that you can get going again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. A comfy position for you. So everybody's comfortable position is going to look very different. Some people can't sit like this, and others could sit here perfectly fine. So please find whatever feels good for you. Maybe that's with the legs crossed, might be with the legs straight out in front of you. It could even be with one leg bent and one leg straight. So take a second to just find a comfortable position. And then wherever you are, try to see if you can find a small elongation in the spine. Beautiful. Notice the body inhaling and exhaling. Soften the belly and let yourself breathe a little bit deeper. We're drawing our attention in our bodies and on our mats. Now cross the legs if they're not already crossed, allowing the right foot to be in front of the left. Ground the left hand or fingertips onto the mat beside the left thigh. Inhale, carry the right arm up overhead. Exhale, curve the torso towards the left. Still keeping the left side body nice and long and breathing deeply. Keep space in between the ear and the right arm. Right palm facing down towards the floor. Inhale, open up the chest towards the ceiling. Look up. Exhale, looking down towards the floor, chest closes down towards the floor. You could even take the right fingertips and graze them on the mat. Inhale, open up the chest, gaze looks up towards the ceiling. Exhale, looking down and twisting, chest moves down towards the floor. Move back and forth in this motion a few times. Move slowly. Next time the right arm is down, ground the right palm. Pausing here. Walk both hands towards center. Inhale, keep lengthening the spine. Exhale, with the torso, lengthen forward over the legs. So a couple options here, either pausing on the palms if you are feeling a deep stretch in the legs. If here is good, stay right here. If you need to go a little bit farther, you could always ground down and release onto the forearms. And then wherever you are, coming back to your breath. Take 3 breaths here. Grounding into the hands, inhale, carry the torso back up through center. When you get there, straighten the legs out in front of you for a moment. Give the legs a nice shake. And they might be stiff from all of your exercising and running, or they might just be stiff. That's okay. Good, go ahead and cross the legs. Let the left leg be in front of the right. Ground the right hand or fingertips on the mat beside the body. Inhale, left arm up, overhead. Exhale, curve the torso towards the right. Inhale, open up the chest towards the ceiling, looking up with the gaze. Exhale, looking down towards the ground, close the chest down towards the floor, left hand moves down. Inhale up, open the chest. Exhale down. Just like we were doing on the opposite side, move slowly, move with your breath. And listen to your own body. Feel free if you want to stay with the chest opening up, stay right there. If you want to stay with the chest moving down towards the floor, stay there. Or maybe you're moving back and forth. There's a lot of room in your practice to move the way that you want. That's the way that yoga is. It's your practice. Okay, next time the left hand is down towards the floor, ground the palm. Walk the hands back through center. So now the arms are in front of the body. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lengthen the torso forward. Stopping and pausing with the hands grounded on the floor, or maybe you release down onto the forearms. Ground into the hands, using the hands to help lengthen the torso back through center. When you get there, straighten the legs back out in front of you. And swing the legs around and come onto your hands and knees into our tabletop position. Knees are hip-width apart, stacked underneath the hips. Palms are underneath the shoulders or slightly forward of the shoulders if you feel like you need to keep the wrists open. Exhale, look over the left shoulder and push the hips towards the right. Inhale back through center. Exhale, look over the right shoulder, push the hips towards the left. Inhale back. Exhale, look over the left shoulder, pushing the hips towards the right. Inhale back. Exhale, look over the right shoulder, push the hips towards the left. Inhale back through center. Pausing here. Step the right foot forward in between the hands. If you need any support underneath the left knee, feel free to put a blanket or a pillow there. Good. Grounding into the right foot. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Good. The sit bones are moving back towards the left foot. Right leg is straight. So I need a lot of help in this position because my calves and my hamstrings are very tight. So if you feel the same way, there's a couple options. You can use blocks if you have them, or use a piece of furniture if you don't have any blocks, or maybe you have some books, you can use books as well. If you don't need any support, then keep the hands grounded on the floor. So the right leg is straight, right toes, all 5 toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Now notice the hips. So when we're tight, the hips are going to kick out towards the right. If you're feeling that in your body, then you have to draw the right hip slightly back as you slightly draw the left hip forward. And then look down at your right foot and notice the baby toe. Again, when you're tight, the baby toe is going to creep down towards the mat. So pointing all 5 toes, even that baby toe, up towards the ceiling. Be mindful to not lock the right knee here. And then once your foundation is done and built and you feel good, breathe deeply. You can keep the torso lengthening up, or you can take the torso and lengthen it forward over the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee, ground the right foot onto the mat. Move any blocks or props out of the way and ground the hands onto the floor. Heel toe the right foot towards the right and release the right knee back towards the left. When you get there, take a second. Make any small movements or adjustments that you need before we go to the opposite side. Step the left foot forward in between the hands. Maybe you place a pillow underneath the right knee or a blanket. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Left toes point up towards the ceiling. You can have the right knee either stacked underneath the right hip or it's slightly back of the right hip. And then notice your posture on this side. It might feel very different from the other. You may need to draw the left hip back as you slightly draw the right hip forward. More breaths. Exhale, bending the left knee, ground the left foot onto the floor. Move the blocks if you're using them out of the way. Ground the hands onto the mat. Heel toe the left foot towards the left. Release the left knee back towards the right. Sit down onto your heels. And then move the legs towards the left. Sit down onto the glutes. Come closer towards the top of your mat if you're not there. Place the hands behind the thighs. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly. Release the back body onto the mat. And when you're there, hug the knees in towards the chest. Place the left hand on top of the left knee, right hand on top of the right knee. Keep the inner thighs together and start to move the knees in a circular motion. Go the opposite way if you haven't already. Pausing at center. Exhale, open up the knees into a wide V position. Keeping the hands where they were on top of the knees. And use the hands to gently guide the knees towards the torso. Inhale, bring the inner thighs back together. Exhale, release the feet and release the arms onto the mat. Take the soles of the feet together and carefully open up the knees back wide. Two breaths. Place the hands on the outer thighs. Bring the knees slightly back together, but not all the way. And then carefully straighten the left leg onto the floor and then the right leg. Let the eyes close. Soften the entire body onto your mat. Give yourself a moment before you go back into your day or night to pause. Give your body a big thank you. And thank you for joining me. See you in the next video.